Hi everyone, this is Sharon. Today I have another journal to share with you. This is a custom order prayer journal that I made for Laura. And Laura had requested this journal to be very similar to the one I made for Steph a couple months back. So you will see a lot of similarities between the two. Although some of the ephemera I made is a little bit different, and of course all of the original ephemera and book pages are different. So in the front of this one, I used this gold sari ribbon to tie it up, and then I used this little vintage earring as embellishment on there. So I will remove that. And we'll untie this, and then you can see the cover. This cover is from a mid-1800s book that I got from Rachel at Roxy Creations. Just a beautiful old Italian book with this marbled front and back. I embellished that a little bit with this lace piece, this kind of linen, and then this tapestry piece too. I just added to that. And then as we go inside, I didn't want to completely cover the inside covers because they have this magnificent original old kind of rag paper, and it's in really good condition on there. So I just did a little simple collaging with some of the original book pages. And then on the front, I've got this image of St. Michael. And then if we flip to the back, it's similar, and I've got this picture of Jesus and Mary and the angels. And then for my spine, I use this beautiful old French, kind of like a ticking or a plaid striped fabric, I should say. Well, I guess it is a plaid because there's a little bit of beige going through this way. And I just love the blues in there. So our first page here is this beautiful old manuscript image, and then I've got a wax seal on the bottom with this really antique paper I pulled out of a storage trunk. Here I created a side tuck, and then in there I've got this antique postcard. It was sent from London to Paris in 1921, and it's an image of St. Paul's Cathedral in London. And then for my page back here, I've got this beautiful old scripty ledger page with some beautiful handwriting on it. Here I created a shallow pocket at the bottom and embellished that a little bit. This pocket is actually a photo I took of the sky right after a storm. It was this deepest blue color, and then the sun was shining a little bit, so the clouds are like this pinky orange color. And I just love that photo. And then in there, I've got this little item that I made, and I don't know what's in it. Sometimes when I make these large journals, it's a while since I've made some of my ephemera, so it's as much of a surprise for me as it is for you. So I've got this image that came from a prayer book, really beautiful, and then I backed it with that image. And then on the inside, what have we got? Okay, so I've got this little tuck in there, and then I've got a few pieces, this tag that I made. This is some antique wallpaper on the back, and then I've got this little, looks like it could be a prayer book or Bible page in German, and then I also made this journaling card. And I did leave some places to write throughout for Laura because I know she does like to journal. And then I absolutely love this gorgeous image on this page. And I embellished the bottom with a little piece of that same kind of wallpaper. It's got the exact colors as there are in the image, and I just think that went really well. Here I created a little bottom tuck from this Paris postcard. It's just a beautiful image of an altar. And then in there, I've got this vintage French envelope, and I inserted a journaling card into there that I made. some writing room on the back. And then I just tucked that envelope into this old Italian piece. This is a document that I got from Rachel at Roxy Creations. Absolutely gorgeous piece. And it is dated 1869, and it has this really wonderful seal on the back as well. And then I use this beautiful angel image for my background page, and I just added a couple of little paper charms on my strings. On this page, I embellished with some lace in this fabric tab, and then on there, I just pinned on this medal with Mary on the front. Some room to journal on that page, and then here I've got a flip out. Again, some of that beautiful ledger paper with the handwriting on it. Here I created this pocket, and then there I put this journaling card. I've got a lot of angels in here because Laura likes angels. Here on this page, in this pocket, I've got another journaling card that I created, and I just added some of this really pretty old lace on there. I love these old manuscript images, and I put those throughout the journal. Here I've got a little fabric tab with some Italian fabric from Juanette, and then that goes nicely with this page, I think. And then on this side, I've got this piece of lace that I absolutely love. I think it's one of my last snippets of that. I think it came off of either like a table runner, a small runner, or I think that's what it was from, but it's very delicate and it's really nice. Here I created this pocket from some linen, and I just, similar to what I did in Steph's, I don't know if you can see it with the light, but I've got a piece of old lace on there that I just did some slow stitching to adhere that down to the fabric. And that is on this piece of Florentine paper. And then in there, I've got this prayer card that I got from my friend Catherine. And then this journaling card that I made. This is some washi tape I got from Lace Boutique 1. She's Anna's Wonderland on YouTube, but I saw her using it in one of her videos, and I just had to get it. It's really pretty. She's got that in her shop. Here I did some stenciling on the back side with ink. And then this is a book page from kind of like a history book, I think, but there was a section on the Passion Play, and so I pulled those out. And then here I created another journaling card. And then on the back I've got a pocket, and I did some stamping on there. And then I've just got a couple little cards. Here on this music sheet page, I just added this, one of my favorite angels, down at the bottom here, and just layered that with some decorative paper. And then on the inside of the signature, I've got these two pockets and a couple of journaling cards, or tags, I guess. This one just has this sari ribbon as the topper, and I embellished a little bit here. That's St. Michael. And then it's got this beautiful image of a church or cathedral on the back. And that pairs with this one. It's the same image cut in two. And then I added the sari on the back of this one because I like this chalice image on the front, and it goes all the way to the top. So, and then the pockets, I just added some. This is some old country French fabric that I got a while back, and I just did some decorative stitching on there. Here I embellished with some velvet ribbon in this image. And then on this side of the page, I've got this envelope that I covered and collaged front and back. And then I've got a pocket on this back side. This is the inside of the envelope that I coffee dyed. I like the way that looks, that pattern. And some of you may have seen this little item on my Instagram page, but I just took these beautiful angel images, and I believe these are from Luna Rosu. And I just did a little bit of a blanket stitch around the outside to give them kind of a lacy look. And then in the pocket, I've got my favorite nun from the Graphics Fairy. And I just added this beautiful ribbon to the top and some antique ledger on the back. Again, another page from that Passion Play section of that book that I have. And then on this side, I did another pocket with some slow stitching and lace on there. Some fringe also on this one. And then in there, I've got a couple of items, this tag. And then another prayer, kind of a bookmark type thing, but it's got some nice gold gilding on there. And then on this side, I created a side tuck. And then in there, I've got this kind of little journaling sheet. I lined that with an old book page from, I think it was an older Bible, that image. And then I just added some of this avocado dyed paper for writing. This is the back. And then I also have this photo of a parochial school opening. I think it's from the late 1800s. And I just embellished that with some texture paste. And then on the back, there's room to write. Here I've got another side tuck that I created from this floral paper, and I just wrapped that around the page so it goes on both sides. On this side, I tucked this postcard with these image of these angels on there. Just love that. And then some reading room on the back. And then this is another book page. It could have been from an older Bible that had fallen out. Christ at 12. Beautiful image. And then this side also. This is one of the original book pages from this book, the book cover that I used. And then on this side, I've got an antique French letter from, let's see, 1864. And then I also have, I love this postcard. It's a French postcard of this man leading the boys' choir in song, and then it's got this beautiful gate in the background. I just love that. And then on the back side, it's got this beautiful handwriting in a kind of purpley ink in French. On this page, I've got some ribbon and velvet and lace, and then I just hung from there this beautiful antique cross. It says Roma on the back, and then just a little rhinestone bling on there. On this side of the page, I clipped on a few cards that I created. This one I backed with some embossed paper that I added some gold to. And then this one of the beautiful angel. And on the back side of this, I just added some gold stenciling with some gold ink. And then this one. This is a book page of some kind of a medieval looking scene. I just thought that went well with the theme. And then on this side too. And then here on this page, I just created a little bit of journaling space at the bottom with this lined paper. And then in the center of the signature, on the strings, I've got some vintage stamps. And then I created these two pockets with this cathedral image. Added a little bit of lace. And then inside the pockets, I sort of seeded these tags in these old book pages. So this is an old German book page. And this is the image. And then on this side, I've got this one inside this antique Italian book page. And that's what this one looks like. This page I just embellished with a little bit of lace. And then here's the other side of that book page with some of the medieval looking images. This one. I just clipped on this little kind of paper medallion. And then again, I added some lined paper on the bottom. On this side of the page, I've got this kind of cross-stitched linen piece that I used for the pocket. I just added some velvet ribbon and lace to the side of that. And then in there, I've got this journaling sheet. And I've just got this little tab on here, so that opens up. It's backed with some vintage map. And then this little card. And then I also have another one of the original book pages. Looks like a table of contents from this book. And I just love, it must have been a religious sort of book. It's got this cross motif on the back. I just think that is so beautiful. On this page, I did some stenciling, the top and the bottom. And then over on this page, I clipped to the outside edge this waxed piece of some, it came from, it was a digital kit that had all these items that were sold in an older catalog, some church pieces and items and architectural pieces that were sold. And I just waxed that up so you can kind of see through it. And then on this page, I added this avocado dyed paper for writing. Put a little bit of trim on the top. Nice sparkly faux button. And then on this side of the page, I added some straw paper for some additional writing room as well. On this page, again, a beautiful manuscript page, and I just added this little cluster on the top, and I've got this rhinestone piece that reminds me of an angel, so I thought that looked really nice on there. And then this is the original title page from this book, and it is dated 1857. It's just the most beautiful, aged, kind of dusty pink color, with all of its little stains and things on it. I just think it's so gorgeous. And this side was blank, so it's a nice page for writing. And then this page is from a botanical book that I have. And here I created another pocket, fabric pocket with some lace. This is Italian fabric that I got from Winnet. And then in there, I've got one of my prized lacy prayer cards. The edges are really pretty, and I just love the colors in here. It's a French one, and it's got a lot of French printing on the back. I don't know what it says, but it also has the bonus of some handwriting on there too. And then I also tucked in there this beautiful image. Again, some writing room on the back, and I just punched the top of that. And then also down the side of the page where I have this piece folded in, I did some decorative stitching on some cotton fabric. In the center of the signature, I've got some beads at the bottom. And then I created these top tucks with this damask kind of image. And then I've got some full buttons and lace on there. And then in here, I've got this piece. It's a communion certificate from 1925. Just beautiful images on there. And then on the back, I put this line drawing of the Last Supper. And I just kind of added a little bit of some decorative edging on there. And this was, I had to use this. This is a new stencil I got. It's a Lorna Taylor stencil. She just put some out. And I think it's just gorgeous, and it's perfect for this image. On this side, I created this little booklet sort of a thing that can be used for writing. I just tied it up with some twine at the top. So that's the cover, and then just added some little pieces in here. This is one of the blank book pages, so it's got a really nice texture to it. This is a page from a book I absolutely love. It's on the life of Christ, and it's just got really some beautiful, you know, I don't know what you call these, but it's pretty, and then it's got some beautiful images in there as well. And then on this side is another one of those botanical pages. And then this pocket has some beautiful old lace on it. And then in there, I created a couple, a tag and a journaling card. This one of the angel. And then this one, I just added a little bit of sparkle with some glitter on there. Here I created a rather wide belly band from this antique wallpaper. Added some velvet on there. And then in there I've got this journaling card. And then this is a book page that I have on a book, an Italian book. And I just added some washi at the bottom. It says Pulpit of St. Lawrence outside the walls. And then there's plenty of writing room on the back side. Here I took this beautiful sari trim and created a pocket. And then in there I've got this gorgeous lamb image. I just love that. Beautiful colors. And then I stamped a cross on the back. And then I have this page from a prayer book. Some beautiful imagery on there. Here I've got another pocket where I turn the page up, and I just did a little embellishing on that page with some texture paste. And then I pulled this old dictionary page out, and it was a good one for this because it's got words like prayer and praise and similar type words on there. And then in there I have this antique prayer card. It's dated 1917. And it looks as though it came from Montreal, Canada. Here in this page, I used an old doily, kind of a linen doily with some, looks like some tatting or crochet lace on the edge. And then at the top, I used this image to create a top tuck. If I take these two items out, you can see the background is this beautiful winter church image. And then in there, I've got a couple of large journaling cards. Here I've got some writing room, and then underneath there, there's a old book page. And then I love this image. I had a fragment of a frame sitting around, so I just took that. It fit perfectly on there. Here I use this wallpaper border image for my pocket. And then these background pages, like this one is from Christy at Everlasting Journals. It's just gorgeous. And then this is one of, might be my last one. I found a bunch of these like prayer type cards in an old German Bible. And they're all in German, and I believe they were from either the late 1800s, early 1900s. And then this is a journaling card I made. Some stenciling on the back. In this pocket, I've got, this is like a little prayer card. It's a quote from Mother Teresa. And then this is a card that I made, a journaling card. I added a little bit of lace on there and lots of room to write on the back. And then here I've got a side tuck with this angel image. Again, another beautiful background from Christy. And then this came out of a book, this little sheet. There's some verses on there and some pretty images. And then here is another one of those communion certificates. This one is from my grandfather from 1915. Just again, some beautiful imagery. And then on the back, I did some very faint tone-on-tone stenciling, just to add a little interest on there. And that brings us to our last page. So this, as I said, is a journal for Laura. I hope you enjoyed that flip through. I am definitely moving on to all Christmas for a little bit. I'm way behind this year, but I'm going to try to catch up over the next month or so. Until next time, bye-bye.